everybody, and welcome to What's Next with Danny Coleman and
Maryann Castello.
And we are sponsored this evening by the City of Angels Addiction and Recovery Program, as well as Recovery Spot New York, and by Neo Zoe Health and Wellness Center of Cranford, New Jersey, as well as Rich Shalanda's Flying Dreams. And they got a big gig coming up.
Yes, they do.
February 24th.
Yes.
Where?
That will be at the New Jersey Prague House series that they're playing in at Roxy
and Dukes.
in Dunellen.
In Dunellen, New Jersey. Right, music director Rich Shalanda?
Yes.
There you go.
And you can purchase tickets now in advance.
You can. And how do we do that?
You can actually go to Rich Shalanda and Flying Dreams Facebook page. The event is posted. Click on that and it'll take you right to the link.
There you go. Am I forgetting anybody?
Eileen Sullivan.
Eileen Sullivan is a sponsor of Rock On Radio, and apparently now, What's Next?
I have a question.
Okay.
How come there's nothing written on your shirt?
I did not get a T-shirt for the challenge this
No,
week.
wait a minute.
What are you doing?
Hanes. You are now
Hanes?
sponsored by Hanes.
Oh.
The T-shirt, not the jacket.
Oh, okay.
The jacket's name brand, but the shirt,
It's Hanes.
Hanes must be our new people, right?
At least it's not Fruit of the Loom.
He said that, not me. I was going to go there.
We are also sponsored by Long Branch Cable. Hey, guys, thank
Hi.
you for bringing us into your homes this evening. We appreciate that greatly. We
So
do.
Tell them about the shirt. You have to finish.
I do. The T-shirt challenge, see, so far it's worked out pretty well. So far.
Yes, it did.
I need a new wardrobe, so I've decided to tell everybody that if you send me a T-shirt with your business name on it, or anything outrageous, not foul, not dirty, but anything outrageous, extra large, send it to me, Dan Coleman, send it to me, Danny Coleman, care of, where should we send it?
I don't know. Where are they sending it?
I don't know. What you need to do is email me at what's next COA at gmail.com, and I will tell you where to ship the T-shirt.
So do you need any other part of your wardrobe? We got the T-shirts down, as you see. Do you need boxers?
Send me your
jeans?
loincloths too.
Small.
Wow.
That
She
was
says that like she's got experience.
No, I just heard so many guests talk about it, so now I know. Oh, that was the hint.
There you go. And I said you hadn't zinged me.
You haven't. I haven't seen you.
No, you haven't. You're right. It's true.
I've been behaved.
Okay. Now, we have a good show tonight.
Yes, we do.
We have with us, we have singer-songwriter, Grammy-nominated performer,
Yes.
Denise Miller.
Yes.
From Tuckerton, New Jersey. Is
Very
coming along.
inspiring person. Very inspiring.
She is. She's got a great story to tell. We have from Afar,
Yes.
which I can never remember what it stands for, but it's after,
It's after
not recovery,
rehab.
rehab. That's it. That's right. After rehab. Art, what's that stand for? AFAR.
Future after rehab.
A future after rehab.
See, at least I had two
See?
words out of there.
You were right. You're like Vanna White.
I am woman.
And we have, who else do we have? Oh, we have Renee from Ellen Renee Productions
Yes.
coming on, and she's going to talk about her training program for people who, she's a former Broadway performer, and has the lineage. Her mother was a Broadway performer as well.
She also is an opera singer, too.
Yep, she has all kinds of things going on. Ellen Renee,
Yes.
and she's giving classes that are taking place in March and April. So you might want to tune in if you're interested in entertainment or becoming an entertainer. You can check that out. And what else?
What else? It's just us.
Again, if you want to send me a T-shirt, extra large.
What do I get? I get to read the T-shirt. That's what it is, right?
You want to give out your shirt size?
Me? Mm-hmm. Take a guess.
Wow.
Extra small?
And wet.
See, and I have a problem talking about his size of his feet. Look at that.
But
Wow.
I am sorry, Long Branch Cable. Anyway, we will be back. And if there's anything you want to hear or see or have us do, maybe an idea for a segment, a skit, anything you'd like to see, a guest.
Or just even a host challenge. We could challenge.
Yeah, like
Give it to us.
a chili cook-off or something that I may lose.
Chili cook-off, that's not fair. You've won blue ribbons for your crock-on chili. That's not fair.
Wow.
Yes, you. But if I could beat that recipe.
Oh.
Yeah, see? See that? See what the real Danny's coming out now.
Come on, Bobby Flay, bring it. Throw down.
We should have a throwdown.
What's next? COA@gmail.com, and we can take care of all those things. And we'll be back with a song from Denise Miller on What's Next.
A time long ago, the sun was shining all around. There was a time not too long ago, my face didn't wear a frown. But then the clouds came over me and tore my world apart, and I just couldn't help but see darkness all around. And I will see you again. Oh, I will see you again. And there are times it's hard as it can be, like learning how to walk again. And every time I fall, I climb right back up again. 'Cause I believe in me. I'll never lose heart. And I know that I will see my life come back around. And I will see you again. Oh, I will see you again. Here I am in all my pain and sorrow, taking it one day at a time. The road will lead to a bright tomorrow, getting back to the life that was mine. And I will see you again. Oh, I will see you again.
All right, everybody, hello. Welcome back to What's Next with Danny Coleman and Maryann Castello, and our first guest this evening, who you just heard her song, which was called
I Will See You Again.
There You Go, which was about addiction and recovery.
Hope and
And
recovery.
hope and recovery. And thank you for correcting me on that. I'm so used to saying that here at the City of Angels. But she is from Tuckerton, New Jersey, singer, songwriter, Denise Miller. Hey, there
Thank
you
you.
go. That's it. So, what's happening, Denise? It's been a while since we sat down. It's been a couple of years
It
at
has been,
least.
yes, yeah.
A couple of years since we sat down. Denise, a former guest of Rock On Radio, the radio show Sunday nights right here on City of Angels Radio, coaradio.com. And you've had some big stuff going on.
Well, yes. The song that I just played, I wrote for my clients. I work in mental health and at a partial care day program, and work with people with mental illness and who are working in addiction recovery. And I wrote the song because I was so impressed with the strength of my clients, the hard road that they go through, and how they believe in themselves and they work through the hard times and they always work themselves right back. They never give up. They don't lose heart. And I was really impressed with that, and I wanted to express that in the song and to let people know, the journey that people go on and the success that often comes in it. And so it's also encouraging for people who are in recovery and dealing with mental illness or addiction or alcoholism to have hope. And it's about hope and recovery. And I will see you again. Don't worry, I'll be back. It's like, I'll be back. I will.
And so what made you, before we get into your singer-songwriter abilities, which are great, because you're also, or were, are you still the president of the
Yes.
Acoustic Guild?
Yes, I'm the president of the Acoustic Musicians Guild, which is a 501c nonprofit for the advancement of acoustic music. We have members throughout New Jersey, mostly Ocean and Monmouth counties, and we promote local artists and try to create opportunities for the artists to perform in public and for the public to see the local talent that is in New Jersey, which is extraordinary. I'm sure you know.
That it is. That
So
it
we
is.
perform at Albert Music Hall in Ware Town. We perform at the Ocean County Artists Guild, at several libraries, and a few other functions over the course of the year.
And how can a musician get in contact with the Musicians Guild that you're with? How do they do that?
We have a website that's amg.org, and all the information is on there. And also, we meet once a month at Cool Beans Coffee House on Seacourt Pavilion on Hooper Avenue in Toms River on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock. We're always there. We also have the first Friday of every month at Espresso Joe's in Keyport on 50 Main Street, I think it is.
Okay.
And in Keyport, the Espresso Joe's is a little coffee house that promotes a lot of local artists.
Oh, yeah.
And we do something there one Friday a month.
Perfect.
Great. So how did you get involved with being, at what point, now we all have what we call watershed moments,
Oh, yeah.
right? What was yours that made you become a mental health professional? And what was yours as a musician? And how did the two affect each other?
That's an interesting question.
I'm an interesting guy.
Yes, you are. I had a 30-year career in casinos. I was in Playboy, and I also spent 24 years in Showboat as a craps dealer. I was a dealer for 27 years. I left in the end because of the secondhand smoke. I developed asthma. I started getting health problems. And at the advice of my doctors and the pounding of the drums of my family, I decided to try to find something to change careers. Showboat at the time had a tuition reimbursement program. And so I used that to go back to Stockton. I had gone years before. I changed my major from accounting to sociology, and I did an internship I had a gerontology certificate, and I worked with Alzheimer's patients. So after looking for jobs, finally, I was looking at this local place, Taylor Care, in Galloway, and finally one day, full-time position. And I went, you know what? I'm going to apply for it. All they can do is say no. And I went down there, I had an interview. She said, you got to come back and run a group, because they run groups for people. It runs like a school. And I looked at the different topics of the groups. They had music appreciation. I said,
Oh, right up your
I'm a
alley.
professional musician. Can I use this? She says, absolutely. Brought the guitar in, and I said to them, do you know how music affects you all in your life? And I had them singing everything from Oscar Mayer Wiener to God Bless America, and I got the job.
Excellent.
Great. Good for you.
love
So
it.
how long have you been a musician?
Since I was 14.
Okay. And what made you, now, besides the guitar, do you play anything else?
I play a little banjo.
I knew there was, yes.
Yeah.
I knew there was
I took
something else.
banjo the last, Indy Soroki at Beechwood Music taught me banjo. And I play that on occasion with the band. I have a band that I sing with called Ladies Night Out. We do country music with 3-part harmonies. And I finally got brave enough, and I brought the banjo up on stage at Albert Hall. It's like, that's the acid test, you know? And, I love it, yeah. And I have a few other instruments that I dabble in. I have my piano. I took lessons years ago, but I need to get back on it. And I have a mandolin and a ukulele.
Okay.
Yeah, and the banjo and the guitar.
All right. Now, at the end of the program, you're going to do another song for us,
Okay.
which is called
Song for Liz.
Song for Liz. And there's an interesting story that goes with that one.
Oh, yeah. You want to hear all of it?
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
All right. I had an extraordinary best friend, and we met when we were in college, and she was the complete opposite of me, but we fit like two peas in a pod. We became extremely close over the years for 32 years. Our children went to school together. Our mothers were friends. Our families, spent a lot of time together. And she was very, very smart. She was a big influence on me. She was the person I'd go to for my problems, all of this. Well, she was diagnosed with colon cancer, and she fought it bravely for 6 years. And at when it was near the end, she told me that it was, she said, it's in my liver. In fact, that was the day before Christmas. And I sat down and I started trying to write a letter to her, trying to write our story, trying to put in words what she meant to me. And I sent her the lyrics, not sure what she would do. And because I didn't want to upset her, Right. And I go over there and she had them in her curio cabinet. So eventually, long story short, I did perform for her. She did hear it. I played for the family. I played at the funeral. And then I put the song away for several years. Then, as every so often, I would play it again, and people really liked it. So finally, in 2016, I was encouraged to record it and release it, because I have a CD released under Denise Miller and Son called Crazy Horse, and I had a couple other singles.
Which I have a copy of, and it's very good, actually.
Thank you.
And it can be found where?
Anywhere online, Amazon.com, iTunes. It's digital worldwide.
Okay.
It's a worldwide release.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and that's all right. And then, so we released it, and I am a member of the Recording Academy, which is another long story. But finally, that year, it turned out that they were accepting for the first time, accepting digital-only releases, which this was, and it was the first time I was actually eligible. So my motto is all they can do is say no. I kicked it in there, figuring I'd get thrown out, and that was the end of it. In the end, I ended up making it onto what is known as the first ballot, and the song was under consideration for a Grammy nomination in category 46, a Best American Roots Song. And it was a thrilling ride, and I met some wonderful people through it, and who supported me. And in the end, I ended up going to the Grammys, and I met the people who I communicated with and got to thank them tearfully And had a fantastic, just a dream weekend out in LA. It was wonderful. And the point is, believe in yourself. Don't give up. You know, keep trying. Dreams do come true. You know, and it's about the main thing is it's about the message in a song and how it literally travels around the world and touches people, which is what we do in music as songwriters, as musicians, as singers. So it was a wonderful experience. I'm humbled and proud. Yeah.
You should be.
And I lost to Vince Gill. And that's okay.
I never liked him. No, well, congratulations on all
you.
of that. So, do you have a website, social media pages? What do you
Yes,
do?
I'm on Facebook, Denise Miller Music. I have a website, denisemillermusic.com. There's a Denise Miller Music Twitter page. I don't really go on that much though, I'll be honest. Stick with
Do
Facebook.
not tweet at Denise Miller.
And I'm on Instagram, of course, Denise Miller Music.
Okay. All right, good. What do you have coming up for gigs and?
Let me see. My band, Ladies Night Out, we're going to be performing in June at Albert Music Hall. And I'm not sure, let me see. Right now, I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Well, what happened was one of the ladies in our trio had some medical issues. So we got backtracked a bit.
Parlayed off.
We took a bit of a rest, but and of course I perform at at Cool Beans at the Acoustic Musician Guild at the meetings. It's like a meeting and jam. If you're a musician and you want to come to the AMG night at Cool Beans Coffee House, you're more than welcome to come. Bring your guitar and meet some people to network with, and meet new friends. Some people have collaborated and made little bands. Yeah, so it's a good thing. Yeah.
All right. Well, Denise, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you so much
tonight
for having me.
and making the trip all the way from Tuckerton. She drove a
Yeah.
long way up here to Hightstown, New Jersey, at the City of Angels studios. So thank
I'm
you
very
so much.
proud and
Denise.
happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being
All right,
so
Thank
inspired.
we'll be back with more. What's next? Stick around.
Since 1987, Monmouth Music has served the local music community of Red Bank from their location at 30 Monmouth Street in the center of historic downtown Red Bank, New Jersey. Owner-operated, Monmouth Music provides lessons of all levels, beginner through professional, as well as brand-name instruments and a repair service. For all of your musical needs, go to Monmouth Music. That's Monmouth Music, 30 Monmouth Street, Red Bank, New Jersey.
All right, here we are, back again. Mayor, we're back again.
Again.
With our next guests. We have Carl Corso and
Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnston. There you go. I threw that at you, Bob.
All right.
I threw that at you.
He's trying to see if you're paying attention.
I got you.
Gotta make sure my guests haven't fallen asleep during the
Okay.
interview process. And they are two of the principal members of AFAR, which stands for
A future after rehab.
A Future After Rehab. You didn't call them on me, did you?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I just-
good.
Not this time.
So tell us about AFAR.
Well, AFAR basically, we've been around since June of 2016, and what
So you're relatively new.
we're new, yes,
Okay.
we'll be 2 years old in June. But what brought this about was looking at the quote sober homes in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and seeing what was going on. Where they were charging just exorbitant amounts of money, and they were putting 10, 12, 14 people into a house. And I said that there's no way in the world you're going to address this situation, because addiction was then looked at, and still is today, as a terrible disease. And you don't treat a cancer patient or somebody with TB the way that they treat people with addiction. And addiction basically is a disease. It affects the brain. So I had an idea that we should my first idea was, let's go out and start buying houses, and we'll put people in. and we made some ground rules, Carl and I, and now we have a board of directors. And we decided instead of having 8, 10, or 12 people in a house, we'd put 6 in a house. One would be the manager. We'd give them a regular meal, 7 days a week. We would actually charge them not $175 or $200 a week in rent, because a lot of them have police problems and court charges. So we dropped the rent to, I'm a numbers guy also, I figured we could do this for about $80, $85 a week if we could become a public charity and raise funds. So we became a 501c3 in 5 weeks after we incorporated. The IRS designated us as a public charity, and we started raising money, and we opened our first house for 6 men in September of 2017, and we're 4 days into our first house for 6 women.
4 days in.
And that's Carl based. I raised the money. Everybody has certain talents, and I can do that. That's what I do. Carl runs the house.
I was just going to say, what is your role?
My role is I'm the fundraiser. I used to be a government relations person.
Okay.
Bob puts the arm on people.
I put the arm on people. That's exactly right.
You look scared there, Danny.
I noticed I moved over a little bit.
Yes.
And you, Carl, what's your role?
My role is, well, my official title is Vice President in charge of daily operations.
Right.
I run the houses. I oversee what goes on. Our goal is to create a happy village. Like Bob said, he used the word addiction. I prefer to use the words substance use disorder to try to change the mantra and the stigma of this. This disease is the only disease where people get hollered at for and get put in jail for. So what Bob's idea is to come up with, try to make some kind of a difference. And the main thing that these young people face coming out of treatment is money. So what we try to do is ease that burden. And to this point, it's working pretty wonderfully. Like Bob said, we have our mail house is full. We have 6 people in it. We UA them, urine analysis, regularly, once a week.
Now, are they free to come and go from this house, or are there certain rules? Is it like house arrest?
No, we are not a correctional institution, but there is rules. All right. Sunday through Thursday is a curfew, 11 o'clock. Friday and Saturday curfew is 12 o'clock. We encourage reconnection with their family, because through this disease and through their substance use disorder, they lost connection with their family for their so-called friends. So we encourage that. We have kids from all over the state. As a matter of fact, in a woman's house, we have somebody from New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. So what happens is, if they want to reconnect with their mother, their father, they want to spend the weekend, first they must contact me, and then they got to get in touch. They have to tell the house manager, so all parties know what's going on. If they do go away for the weekend, when they come back, they know I'll be standing there with a UA cup,
Yes.
waiting for them. They have duties to perform in the house like anybody else.
And what happens if they test positive?
They get one chance. They get one chance to come up dirty. If detox is needed, we will help them get into detox. Most of the time, it probably wouldn't be needed because I test so regularly. So I haven't come across that yet. They get one chance to give me a dirty sample. The second chance, they're removed from the house, because now they become a danger to the other.
Now, is there a downtime with that? And what I mean is, you're testing them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a certified, by the state of New Jersey Department of Health somebody who can test that sample, or do you have to send it out? And that's what I mean by downtime.
The cups do the testing.
The cups.
Okay, so that was my next
Yes,
question.
yes.
The cups do,
Okay.
I don't test, the cup does.
Okay, there you go.
We-
Well,
yeah.
you said you test.
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
I wasn't sure,
Okay,
you know,
no,
because
no.
that's a whole different
No, the
ball
cups
game
do the
there.
test, the cups do the test. Our cups have a temperature gauge on them.
Okay.
And they're
And
12 panel.
12 panel
12 panel
cups.
cups. We
Which
tested 12
is
different.
from THC to benzos,
Okay.
and everything in between.
Now, are there websites for this?
Yes,
Yeah,
our website is youandafar.org, youandafar.org, and you can go to that website and learn all about us. We have, unfortunately, we got too popular too fast, and both houses are full, and we have waiting lists. We have a huge gala coming up March 24th,
Okay.
where we expect about 350 people. And we expect to raise enough money to open another 2 houses shortly, and then we're going to continue on down the road.
Now, how do you find the properties?
Well, one of our board members is a realtor, and he does a wonderful job, and he finds properties for us to lease. And we normally lease them with a 2 and 2. We do a 2-year lease with a 2-year option, and he negotiates. He's a very good negotiator, gets us the good prices. But these are houses in very nice neighborhoods, and they're basically townhouses or semi-detached houses.
Now, do you find that you get pushback from the other neighbors when they find out that essentially a
Actually, yeah, there is a big pushback because of the stigma. People, they don't understand, and we understand that. We do understand that, but we kill them with kindness.
well, I mean, you have to. I know that in the area where a relative of mine lives, an older couple passed away, and they had this vacant house, and it's a house for mentally challenged individuals.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, there are a lot of small kids in the neighborhood. And, sometimes, these individuals will just, walk the neighborhood. And again, stigma dictates that, how do I put it? It's not that it's always negative, it's just not very positive about certain things.
Absolutely.
So, with the stigma that goes along with addiction and recovery, it all comes down to their case in your house. They want money so they can buy drugs. They want this, they want that.
Absolutely.
And I can understand people's reservations, especially if there are small children in the area or they have kids that are out riding their bikes. So, things like that. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I didn't have any of those issues, and I didn't know anybody who did.
Right.
But I know if a bigger kid came up to me and said, "Hey, kid, go get me this out of the machine," I'd be like, I'm out of there. I'm gone. Unless you're buying me too, then all right, let's go. I'll go get you one. But of course, when I was 12 years old, my father would give me 40 cents and say, "Your bike tires need air. They're looking low. Go to the gas station, get me a pack of cigarettes while you're
Right,
there."
right, yeah.
Cigarette.
And you put it in the machine and pull the levers, and out come Lucky Strikes or whatever he smoked back then. But so I can understand that. So how do you guys overcome that?
Well, basically, the United States Supreme Court overcame that in 1989
Okay.
with the Oxford House decision. You try to describe today, and they did this in 1989, what's a family in the United States? What's a family comprised of? It's not a mom and a dad and children. It's anything. So when we moved into our first house, it's a beautiful townhouse in a nice neighborhood off of 541, right outside of Burlington City. And the lady across the street took umbrage at that and went to City Hall and filed a complaint. And they came out and they did the inspection and they told her, well, we're sorry, but they have every right to live here. As long as you're in the local ordinance and there were no more than 6 people allowed in the house, and I knew that, that's why we only allow 6 people, because that's basically in a 3-bedroom house, that's a square footage issue. And that's why we do that. So we're in full compliance with the law. And we tried to tell them, look, we're not bad folks. Our guys They smoke out back in the backyard. They don't smoke out front. They're quiet. They're calm. They take the garbage out, and they're good. They're good guys. We've not had
Yeah.
one complaint in 6 months
Right.
from the police. So the police have never been there. There's never been a problem with that.
What I try to explain to people is we don't hide anything. We tell you who we are,
Yes.
what we're doing. Nothing's hidden. Everything's up front. And I just try to explain to them, listen, there's a group of young people here trying to get their lives back together. There will be no partying. There will be no drinking. And if there is trouble, the trouble's removed.
Immediately.
So we're basically going to be the best neighbor you ever had.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you think about
And
it.
that's what I try to explain to people. You know, it's not a bunch of young kids
Playing loud music.
playing
raising
loud
their-
music, drinking, and
My
partying.
Denise, you could never live in that house. Playing loud music, the acoustic
Guilty as
guilds.
charged.
Oh.
Well, they do play loud music. They play Ricky.
Johnny on his bass.
Well, I got them all a CD of Ricky Bird. I don't know if everybody, Ricky Bird.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
CD's doing fantastic
Yes,
for
it
him.
is. Yeah.
That's Ricky Bird is Joan Jett,
Yes.
and the Blackhearts. He was a Blackheart
Former lead guitar player
for Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, and he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ricky
Yeah,
Bird.
and he just made a CD. It's all every song's about recovery.
About recovery.
Yeah, and there's happens to be 12 songs for the 12
Imagine
steps. Imagine that.
All right. Again, how do we find you guys?
You can find us on the web at youandafar.org, you&4.org, and we're basically in Burlington County, but our plans are to spread this as far as we can and open houses as much as possible
Okay.
to help as many people as we can.
Fantastic. And AFAR stands for
A future after rehab.
After Rehab. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time.
It's been a real
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Carl, it was a
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back with Ellen Renee of Ellen Renee Productions.
Very good. Thank
If addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues control your life, and you are ready for change, the Recovery Spot offers expert outpatient care for addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues. We offer focused, high-quality treatment specifically designed for you. The Recovery Spot, we offer new hope for those suffering from pain and addiction. www.recoveryspotny.com. We're located in New York City.
Welcome back to What's Next with Danny Coleman and
Maryann Castello.
yeah, that's right. Just let's remind everybody of that.
Yes.
Our next guest this evening is from the entertainment world, actually. I know that you are a vocal coach,
Correct.
teacher.
Correct.
Am I hitting the right words?
You are.
Okay. Vocal coach, vocal teacher. You are currently offering a program about getting to Broadway,
Correct.
Okay.
Triple threat.
triple threat. And you are from Hamilton Township, New Jersey.
I am.
And she is Renee of Ellen Renee Productions. Who?
Thank you.
But watch that one next to you, though. She gets
Why?
a little wild. I'm talking about Denise. I'm there. I forget it.
He's giving up on me.
I gave up on it. So tell me, what's going on? Tell me about, because you showed me something that was very interesting just before we came back. You showed me a picture of your mother, of your late mother who passed away.
I did.
And it was a picture of her and her
Toe shoe.
Toe
that she
shoe.
used to wear on Broadway.
on Broadway. See, I never
Correct.
knew that your mother was on Broadway.
Oh,
Now, in
she-
order of full disclosure, Renee was my daughter's vocal instructor. So,
And your daughter has a beautiful voice.
oh, I
Just a
thank you very
sidebar.
much. So, and I'll tell you the story I told her about my daughter. I think it's when she called here when we were here
Yes.
last week. So, all right, you know that story. So, so do you get this from your mother, or
I think it's partially genetic and partially the fact that she wanted to keep me out of trouble. So from when I was like able to walk, she would bring me with her everywhere she went when she taught and performed, and she did it all. She was a virtuoso on the piano. She sang, she did amazing tap dance, she studied under Paco, and I got all this from her. So I, grew, and I helped her out at the studio for 15 years. I had a full-time job. I did it gratis out of passion and love. And just to see the people in the arts, even if they didn't go into it, just to see them, how they used it for life and college and business, it was amazing to watch them grow. But we were fortunate, I was fortunate that I had quite a few people that are on Broadway, were on Broadway, they've went and become casting agents in Manhattan, they're in LA, they're in film, they're in music and bands. And I actually, you might not know this, but I am actually related to Maria Callas. And that's
Okay.
how I started. I was an opera singer.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I did not know about you. So, how do you get involved with this, with what you're doing with Broadway, the triple threat?
I was on Broadway. I don't talk about myself too often. I guess that's, a lot of artists are humble or shy that way. But you get involved by training, dancing, singing, and acting all in one, and that's
Okay.
why it's a triple threat.
All right. What'd you do on Broadway? I know you're on Broadway. But I'm learning everything about you tonight.
I sang a little bit, danced a little bit.
Okay. Were you in anything of note that we would recognize, or?
Not in a lead role.
Okay.
I never wanted to be full force in the limelight. I was just happy sharing and doing and what I was doing.
Okay.
I was in the Mikada,
Ah.
so I was like 16.
Ooh,
That was fun.
Mhm.
Hard, but fun.
I bet.
And I auditioned to be a Rockette. I was a quarter of an inch too short,
Ah.
although I could kick higher than them. But that didn't matter.
That's hard.
Yes, it was fun.
Oh, but it was.
It was fun. And it's a lot of hard work. That's one thing people need to realize if they want to achieve a goal. Art is discipline. And it's fun the way I do it, but you still have to put the time and energy into doing and practicing and honing in. I still study.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, as a teacher and an instructor, now I know when my daughter took lessons from you, my daughter wanted to go to vocal lessons. She wanted to go.
That's key.
And exactly. Now, what do you do with the kids that are there because their mother or father think they're talented?
They're not there. Not with me.
There you have it.
Go somewhere else. 'Cause you have to have the desire, first off, and the passion. And I will tell people if their child, or even as an adult, I train adults. Some are professional. If they don't have it or aren't willing to put the time into doing technically what's proper to achieve the next level, then I'm sorry, but I won't train them. Because that's a reflection on me.
Very true. Very true.
That is true.
Now, who is this? What is this picture of this young lady that you have here on the?
This is one of my artists, Theodosia Eve. She has studied with me for a number of years now, and she is finally under my management. She's
Okay.
professional, and she's doing a Disney Princess Songs show, a little tour, to entertain the children. She likes working with children.
Oh, fantastic! Now,
She's opera trained too.
oh, great. Now you say under your management company. Do you have website, social media? How do we find you?
I do, on EllenReneeProductions.com.
That's simple.
And I'm also on Facebook under Ellen Renee Space Singing.
Space singer. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ellen Renee Singh. So when you see a child or do you get adults that come along as well?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, I'm actually training a gentleman who's a policeman right now.
Okay.
He always wanted to sing.
Stop in the name of love. Sorry.
That's good.
Couldn't help myself.
I love it.
I like her. Now he has two of us.
That was good. Sorry.
pull over. So anyway,
Give us a week, we'll be in your studio.
Good. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
how would I look in a tutu?
No,
I don't know, but our international touring musician was on a front cover of a record from Fire Ballet. Rich Land had a tutu. He did it.
Did you really, Mr. Shalanda?
Yes. I was young, here's the money.
So, okay, so what is the youngest you take?
6 years of age.
6, okay?
Correct.
And the oldest, there is no limit?
75?
70, oh, you did, you put a limit on.
Well, that's the oldest that I've trained.
Oh, okay, that you've trained.
Correct.
What does a 75-year-old come to you and say they want to learn?
Your voice changes every 3 to 5 years,
Okay.
and they just needed to learn how to, like, the elasticity, the vocal cords are elastic. It was actually starting to go, so we just worked with different ranges and more breathing control.
Okay. See?
There's hope for me yet.
Maryann is actually a vocalist. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yes.
Oh,
I
very
love
cool.
it. It's a lot of fun.
It is a
It
lot
keeps
of
me
fun.
sane.
The art does.
It does. It
Yeah.
really does.
We'll have to talk later.
Yes.
Being an artist can be so very rewarding.
Yeah.
It could also be very frustrating. Do you ever get frustrated with students or people that you're training, and how do you handle that when you see somebody comes to you at first with the enthusiasm and then all of a sudden you see it waning? Do you just, what do you say to these people to get them either back in the line or out, like you said before?
Oh, you work with them if you feel they have potential. Sometimes, like if they're teens or in their college years, they go through, they'd rather be with their friends or doing other things. But you try to get them to realize that this is, they came in first or originally because they have a love and a gift.
Right.
So you pull them back in and you either give them a little break and say, take a month and then come back to me. Or you just push them a little harder, challenge them more. And usually challenging them more does it.
It's better than going like this to them.
No,
That doesn't work.
no it doesn't.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
That's what you do to me
was
when I
gonna
get a
say
massage. Maryann is my massage therapist as well. I don't know anybody why I would hear knives being sharpened, but that's a whole nother story.
I'm taking machete lessons.
It's for those who don't pay. So, how many of these classes do you do a year? Because you don't do them every weekend, right? You only do them, how often,
Correct.
how many times a year do you do these classes?
I would say twice a year.
Oh, okay. Semi-annual?
Correct. And I offer 2 segments, and I've actually updated it. I'm splitting it into triple threat dancing, singing, acting, and then there's some gentlemen especially that they're in the arts or they play music, so we're concentrating on just vocalization with their instruments and for stage performance.
Oh, wow.
Oh, very nice. Now, you're also involved, recently, you reached out to me, actually, and you're involved with trying to do a little cultural thing in Hamilton Township, a little bit.
Correct.
We really can't talk about it because there's nothing has happened just yet, but you were asked to be part of it because of your prominence in the entertainment field in the Hamilton community.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
Humble, but very good that I could, rejuvenate the arts in this area.
And what's scary is she asked me to be part of the board as well.
It's not scary. I
No,
think that
it's
you'd
not
be
scary.
great.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking, right? Look at the look he's giving me.
Really?
Yeah. I think you'd be
Who
good.
are you? Mary, you've just witnessed it, folks. Maryann Castello has turned over a new leaf. That's 2 weeks in a row she didn't zing me. And last week I had this perfect shirt on. It said, "Get a room."
Yes, it did.
Right?
Yes, and I left you alone. In the room. I'm sorry.
In the room, yeah.
This is bigger.
She walked out. So, all right, so no pun intended, but what's next? What are you doing?
What's next?
Yeah, what's happening? When is this class?
This is actually starting March 31st,
Okay,
the first segment, and session 2 is April 14th.
okay,
And it's right in Mercer at what I call the studio, right on off Route 33.
okay.
And our Princess Song Showcase, the first one's at the studio, April 7th, and the second one is going to be at the Arts Council of Princeton. It's a larger show on April 21st.
Home of Cafe Improv, the Arts Council of Princeton. I've actually played there before. It's a very unique building, the Arts Council. I think it's like $2 for a ticket, so
That's it?
that's it. So go people, just
Not
go.
for ours.
No, I don't know about yours, but I'm talking about Cafe Improv.
Don't give misinformation.
No. I mean, it's like $2 a ticket to see like Cafe Improv and whatever else they have going on up there. You know, it's very inexpensive. I don't know what yours is. I'm not saying it could be $122,000 a ticket.
No.
Oh, good.
Only for you.
Probably.
No.
So,
Kidding.
well, and that's great. I mean, I think it's great. So, before I let you go, what can participants in this expect when they arrive? Is it like a boot camp? Is it relaxed? Is it you use a riding crop, smack people around? What do you do?
No. I only take 10 people per session.
Okay, so there is a limit.
So it's very personalized.
Okay.
There is a limit. It's one-on-one and then group, and they play off each other, for each other, to be more comfortable with other people. They should, it's relaxed, but with expectations.
Okay.
And I'm there to help them, critique them, train them. Wherever they're weak, that's where I'm going to get them to be stronger.
Build them up. Now,
Correct.
are you doing this solo? Do you have an assistant?
Solo. Yeah.
Solo. You hear that?
I respect that. That's what I do.
Yeah, see?
Oh, I see. All right. Well, again, when is that?
That's going to be March 31st and April 14th.
And
That's-
when I go to register, where do I go?
You go to either ellenreneeproductions.com or Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. Oh, okay.
And I'm also back into vocal training and singing lessons. So anyone that's
Oh, are
interested
you?
in...
Okay. Because I know, unfortunately, Ellen's mother passed away, and Ellen, you had to take some time off to
Renee.
yeah, Renee.
Ellen.
Ellen, Renee. Well, you were Miss Ellen when my daughter went
I
there.
know. Let's not go back there. That's because the kids always pick up the first part of a name, and it's Ellen Renee, so they're like, boop. They pick up the Miss.
But for all intents and purposes, she is Renee,
Thank you.
and she had to take off. For
I've matured.
Yes, you've grown. She said she had to take time off, and you had to shut down your studio when your mother became ill.
Yeah, we lost
and,
it.
and so on and so forth.
But, you
so
know,
this is a
family's
comeback of
important.
sorts for you, and it's
It
great.
is.
You know.
It's a big comeback, and I appreciate you letting me come to share this information and to like recultivate Hamilton Township.
Yeah, you're trying, and you're
Yeah.
taking me along with you.
I sure am.
There you go. So, all right, Renee, thank you so much.
Are you kidding?
for
It's
coming
my
in.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
that's great.
Thank you, Art.
We'll be back because Denise, who has graciously stayed with us all evening, is going to perform one more song for us, and it's called
Song for Liz.
That's the one. Yes. We'll be back with What's Next.
Are you constantly living with dysfunction in your life? If so, there's help. Neo Zoe, New Life Through Balanced Living, is a very unique holistic wellness company that's here to help you preserve a healthy balance and eliminate any dysfunction. We use an individual approach through nutrition, massage, and various other holistic practices. You can restore your optimal health and a healthy lifestyle. Visit us on the web at neozoe.com or call us at 732-713-0123.
Well, Castello,
Well, Coleman,
It was a pretty funny show. It was a good show.
I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
We learned about a future after rehab. See, I learned it. I got it. I got it. A future after rehab with Bob Johnson and Carl Corso.
He's got it.
We learned about that and how they're helping people recover from addictions. We learned about Ellen Renee Productions and Renee's Broadway past
Yeah,
and
super talented.
and some of the young artists that she's helping, and we got to hang out with Denise Miller. Denise hung out with us all night.
I know. It was great having her in the studio.
See?
It really was. And she's very inspiring.
She is.
She really is.
So it was great to hear her music.
I keep saying that because the more she talked, the more inspiring it was. Speaks from the heart, very humble. But what I like is that you do have to believe in yourself. And once she believed in herself, submit a thing saying, hey, what's the best I could do? Say no. And you find out your true potential when you take the chance.
It's funny that she said that because that was how I tried raising my children. I tell them all the time, and so what? What's the worst I can do is say no, then you're in the same boat you were in.
Yeah.
Somebody says yes, woohoo!
You never know unless you ask.
And that's the philosophy I take, actually, when I shoot for various interviews and things. Hey, what the heck's the difference? What they can do? Say no? It's like the Nancy Reagan.
So like when you asked me to
Just
be your
say no.
co-host, you just were like, well, she says no, she says no.
Well, I figured. If you shot me down, you shot me down. Like I had 6 women shoot me down before 7 a.m. today.
Was that because of Valentine's Day? Did you like disappear on Valentine's Day?
No, I did not.
I'm just
I don't even know 6 women.
Yes, you do.
The 2 of them were in
Please
this room.
write in on our email, which is
What's next? COA@gmail.com.
and list your names, please.
All 6 of you.
Yes.
There you go. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up with a song another song by Denise Miller.
Yeah, very touching.
A very touching song. This was a tribute to her friend Liz. So
Yeah.
without further ado,
Adieu.
is French, adieu, we'll get, we'll get right to that. And tune in next week for more of
What's next?
What's Next. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Let's call Song for Liz. I'll never forget your face on that cold and winter's day when you came into my life. We were just 2 kids at school, living by the golden rule and trying with all our might. And the years went passing by, children born, parents died. You held me as I cried, and I'll always remember you. Monday morning cup of tea, you always invited me. We talked about our lives. You always knew what to do whenever I'd run to you with my trouble and my strife. We became the best of friends, formed a bond that never ends, and passed the test of time. And I'll always remember you. Sisters true forever, happily together, we journeyed through our lives. I will always love you, I was blessed to have you. Now I'm asking God, why? Precious as a jewel to me, more than just a friend, you see. We will never really part. And I know I will never find another one so true and kind. I've known it from the start.